Well, if you're anything like me, you're wondering how in the world does a blue beetle give you superpowers? Well, if you live in Florida, do not touch any blue beetles that you find. I promise you, you will be the next Florida Man headline. Don't do it. What's going on, everyone? James here with another real reaction, and I'm about to get into my car, head on over to my local theater and watch Blue Beetle, guys. I am actually pretty excited for this one, and to be honest, I don't know anything about this superhero. I know it exists because the movie was in pre-production and I had been hearing rumblings about it, but I've never read any of the comics. I didn't read any of Jaime Reyes' history, so I'm really curious to go into a superhero movie relatively unaware of the heroes. That really hasn't happened to me since Guardians of the Galaxy in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, so this is pretty exciting. The film does hit theaters August 18th, and it's directed by Manuel Soto, who also directed HBO's Charm City Kings. Now, this was a Max exclusive that released about a couple of years ago now, and trust me, it's great. The movie is written by Gareth Dunnet Alcocer, I hope I pronounced that properly, and Blue Beetle is starring Jolo Maraduena as Jaime Reyes, or the Blue Beetle, Bruna Marquezine as Jenny Cord, Susan Sarandon as Victoria Cord, and George Lopez as Uncle Rudy Reyes. What I already love about this cast is that it is pretty true to the comic material, at least from what I understand. This is going to be a very heavily Latin-influenced film, and you know what? Go for it. And I cannot wait to see all of that authenticity on screen. Now, if you're anything like me and you don't know much about this movie, let's get into the story just a little bit. An alien relic chooses Jaime Reyes to be its symbiotic host, bestowing the teenager with a suit of armor that's capable of extraordinary and unpredictable powers, forever changing his history as he becomes the superhero Blue Beetle. And that suit's looking fire, y'all, so I can't wait to see this on the big screen. Now, before I give you my out of theater reaction, I hop in my car and go watch this thing. If it is your first time here at the channel, welcome to Real James, where I love talking about movies, TV, and all the news in between. So if you do too, hit the big red button below, subscribe to the channel, tap on that bell, y'all, and like this video if you can't wait to see the review, which I can officially talk about this week. So I can't wait to drop my full thoughts on Blue Beetle, guys. This is going to be a fun one, I hope. I'm going to go in there optimistic, right? I'm going to go in there open mind. I don't know much. All I know is that Ángel Manuel Soto is a great director, so I'm excited to see what happens with this film. I think his style is going to be all over it if the trailer is any indication of the movie. Alrighty, y'all. Well, I'll catch you after the film. And no, I'm not flying to the theater, okay? I'm not actually a Beetle. I just got to get into my Honda Civic.
Alrighty, you guys, so I just got out of Blue Beetle, and let me tell you guys, I am pleasantly surprised with this movie. Honestly, I came in with little to no expectations and was really blown away by the amount of heart and soul in this film. There's a lot of heartfelt moments, especially in the second half, and I love what Ángel Manuel Soto did by putting his style and his imprint on this film. A lot of the character work is really well done, and I loved Jolo Maraduena in this lead role as Jaime Reyes. He does such a good job. He's got this effervescent attitude about him, and his charisma is just on point. I loved his dialogue, and I loved his in-suit banter. Speaking of the suit, it is fire. Now again, I can't say too much because the review embargo lifts tomorrow, and you can expect my full review, but I'll say this. It's the most fun I've had in a DC movie in years. So take what you will from that, but it's not perfect. It's got some issues every now and then, of course. And one of them happens to be the fact that there's a lot of generic plot points and dialogue in this movie, and the villains are, well, again, we'll talk about that in my full review. So if you don't want to miss out, go ahead and hit the big red button below and subscribe to the channel, you guys, and let me know down below in the comments if this out of theater reaction of mine gets you more excited, or less excited for Blue Beetle. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. I'm just so excited with that second half. It was, man, something else. I can't wait to dive more into it. But again, Blue Beetle, yeah, it's a win for DC and Warner Brothers. Alrighty, y'all, again, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you at the next screening.